Here we're going to go. We want to have not seeking care be associated with a green color and seeking care associated with a red. How are we going to do that? Okay. So we're going to add what sort of thing? A variable. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Where does the variable live? Good. Under agent, we're going to add in a variable called color. Good. And what sort of type of variable will this be? It'll be other. It'll be marked here as other. And what is the particular? Color with a capital or lowercase? Capital indeed, because it's denoting the sort of the concept, the class specifically of color. Mixed colorhood, colorness. Good. And that's good. You notice that variables request an initial value. This is different than a default. Default sort of just fills in things when you don't fill in a value of a parameter, like if you don't fill it in at times where it will be needed, it uses that unless it's overridden. Initial value is what it starts as. And so in this case, if we're careful, we don't have to worry about it, but it can be a fine practice to sort of give it as a color that will stick out like a sore thumb. Okay. But how are we going to set this to be green when they're in this state, not seeking care? Sorry? Entry action is right. We're going to set it to be green. Okay? And then for seeking care, we're going to set it to be what? Red. Okay, great. Okay, and what final thing do we have to do in order to make that operational? Because right now that says color, but it's not really enforced. It's not really actualized. What do we have to do to actualize it? Well, okay, but I'm talking about the color right now. We'll get to the state message. It's a good point. But how about for the color? In order for that to be actualized, what do we have to do? Okay, we have to set it somehow so this image appears. Now remember the trick here, folks. If this were just a simple circle, it would be a piece of cake, and that's why I start with that in the lessons. But if you click on this by itself, there's no color there. There's no color specified. Even in the advanced area, you can't find a color. So what do you have to do?
Go to shape model.
Yeah, you have to go. You can kind of click at it and eventually get it sometimes, but it's more effective. It's more efficient. It's quicker in my experience to go over to presentation. It's more reliably, certainly. So you got a shape body. Now what do we have to do to make it use color?
Change it to variable and say.
Yeah, we have to change it to a dynamic specification for the value editor, and we have to say color, right? Do we not? Okay, good. This is great. Are people feeling okay? Okay, do you want to run it? See what happens? What do you think is going to happen visually? Okay, people will slowly become red, showing that they what? They are seeking care. That's right. Different people at different times. Why? Because it is, it's random. It's stochastic. It exhibits randomness over time. And so the particulars of when people go will differ from person to person. So that's great. Okay, are we okay? Are we okay with this? Great. Okay, we're cooking with gas. Terrific. So I'm going to stop that little mini video. Come on.